Sounds boom at least.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
Not quite yet.
Ah, there you are. Besaid Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go! High Summoner O'Halloran used to live in the Kilika Temple here. Yep. Lord O'Halloran was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victories. Oh, good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
Wouldn't it be great if in real life we could have a sport that followed that sort of principle? Minutes apart. Excellent.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? Maybe a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends. He's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
What? What do you mean?
Like a comfort blanket.
It's just that... well... We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
I know I don't much of it our better language yet, and we're not going to talk to that yet. This is Kamari's.
Why don't you use Lancet on it?
What's a lancet?
I'll let Lulu explain.
It's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user. But when Alonso uses it, that Alonso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
Seems a bit of a waste, so I'll have to save that for next time. And to risk Lulu's wrath. Need to remember to use the D-pad while moving around the. Before I move, commands and options. Agility, advanced defense, strength. So that leads out this way. You can build into this way, gets it by level 1, level 2, further southward. I'll get access to scan. Okay, so either way he hits roadblocks. So what I'm off to do is go around to the left. No. Yeah, I'm going to go around to the left. Go up. Clear all the nodes up above me. Up this path. Loop back around this way. And then come down this side. Clear these ones. And then come that way and work my way that way around. It's a bit longer than I thought it was to be. But if you look at everybody else, they've all got one clear path to go. Kamari is a bit of a bit different to the others. Everyone else, Zambina has a direct path to go because behind them is a level 1 block. Scout is a walker weapon with ice strike and sensor. I will take the ice strike for the time being because I'm unsure what I'm up against at the moment. I expect with being in the forest, everything will be primarily weak to fire. But that looks like a firebug. So, no, not Lancer. Lancer sea cannon. So that's vulnerable to ice, so ice strike from Wacko would work really well against it. Normally, as soon as I get a sphere level, I use it. I kind of want to break out of that habit because although it's not a terrible thing to do, I kind of want to just have a bit more. I don't want to be stop starting constantly. So with you being an electric, so if you read the info bar, it's 300 points. It takes an extra 50% damage from water moves. It absorbs electric, and fire and ice both do half.
Anyone thirsty?
What I want to do is switch out for Yuna. Yuna can then heal. Can heal Lulu, and then Tidus can switch out for Walker.
I can take care of those alone, huh?
So he does his basic attack plus an extra 1.5 times 1.5 damage, so an extra half again with the ice strike. But my main thing I want to do at the moment is just make sure that my team gets fully rotated around as often as possible. To maximise the XP or AP. That's not what I want to fight quite yet. Before I fight that thing, I want to make sure I have actually used all my sphere levels. I am off to fight it because it's a fun fight.
Just thought I'd give it a try.
Hey, that one's not ours, remember?
Oh, that was a lot less damage than I was expecting out of it.
Told ya.
So next fight, I have to use the levels I've gained. So that's the left fully explored. Ambush. See, may not. may not be his customer to fight, but if he does actually hit, he does do a decent chunk of damage to it because he hasn't got any much armor.
Blows can't hurt it, huh?
It doesn't help you also have a move that is half damage to it.
Now what?
The extract mana sphere for Kamari's not working towards at the moment. Could have been useful to pick up. That's what we're working towards. So we have silence attack and extractability. Okay. There we go. We now have the ability to increase the defense against all the elements. And Tidus is slightly more accurate. I'm just thinking if we go that way up, it gives Gamari a bit more tanky build onto himself, and we don't necessarily have a tank at this moment in time. So that extra level of protection is just a little bit of a nice thing to have, especially as he's able to heal himself as well.
Newbie here. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see how much you actually hit for when you attack. I believe there's also once it's set up your overdrive that are based on how low hit your points are, because that should have healed everyone fully. So because I'm expecting that next fight to be against the Ochu, that big green thing that I said, nope, not fighting quite yet. I made sure everyone was healed up. And use all my sphere grids, because you can see him there.
The fiend before us is Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
We've just saved it. If we die, all we do is go back, 30 seconds and get on to not to fight it. So we can bypass it if we choose to. I'm choosing not to. Part of me was hoping to have an ability out of that, but clearly not the time. Let's switch out Kamari for Walker. Let's try Blind Strike, even though I have a feeling it's immune. Yes, it is. So what I'll do is I'll use this team for a short period of time now. I say a short period of time, I've got a very funny feeling that Tidus is off to get knocked out if I keep him much longer. One more attack, he's taking damage there, so switch out for Yuna. Yuna can then heal. And Tidus can use his overdrive, and then I bring out Veil 4. Get there eventually. So I believe that the Ochu Lord is approximately half health now. what I'm thinking with this is Sonic Wing, try and buy an extra attack, and then use Veilfor's magic of black magic using fire as well, just to have extra damage. Even though saying that, I have a sneaky feeling that he will be immune to pushbacks as well. But we can always hope we're wrong. So yeah, just blow half hit points now. Oh. Went to sleep and cast regen on himself. It is not what we wanted to see. Misses. Good, good, good. So I want to rinse and repeat the move I used against the Garuda, where use Sonic Wings until I no longer get the second attack straight off the bat, and hit with something bigger. I was about to say how big a chain can we get going then before it comes back at me, but the answer is not. And we've seen what Energy Ray looks like. Let's use Energy Blast this time. Both moves hit everything. This one, unless I'm mistaken, just does quite a bit more damage. One sphere level for everybody.
A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young Crusaders gather around.
And then what I'll do is go back save it, because I want everyone to be full health. Because back in my mind, I have a fight going up the hill, but I can't for the life remember what it is. So you actually get these 4, which are your basic spheres. Then you also get additional ones which grant specific things, and they're used on an empty node, which I'm not planning to use for the time being, because what I wait is for characters to start crossing paths on the sphere grid, and then start dropping changing the empty nodes into things. Because then we get maximum bonus out of it, and could really do with that ability. Could really do the ability extractability. As we're out of ability spheres, they're always useful because they're, as much as stats will increase and things like that, may add an extra level of everything onto a game. Having extra abilities to use is always a nice bonus as well. Then what I want to do is burn that one, and then start switching characters out. Okay, I thought I was getting a little bit worried then. I thought he was about to shoot Lulu. Okay, they have quite a bit more health than what I was expecting. Even though it's up there, it's up for me to see. I generally thought it had less. And then we'll switch Lulu out for Kamari, let Kamari have an attack on. And then switch out to bring Lulu back in because she deals with these things at the damn sight more efficiently than anybody else. Evagora. Also, this lineup, whatever you finish with, is the one that comes into the next fight. It doesn't reset your formation. It uses the formation that you last had in the fight.
You're not too bad.
You ain't seen nothing
believe I was intending to go save it, but explore what's up here first, and then we might go back to save it and see how I feel.
You'd best stop that. Walker's in charge of flyers, remember?
I'm thinking I might actually just push forward and continue on with the game rather than go back and saving it. Nobody's particularly low health, nobody's particularly low mana. Watch me turn around the corner and get killed. I thought for a second I'd hit a dead end, but no, the track continues going down. What's that? Focus. So if I go up that way, but either way I can't get either of the benefits. So what I have to do is go up quickly. Hopefully I'll get a ability sphere shortly so I can get extract speed. If not, what I've done is made it so when you move onto a new path, it's one sphere level per movement. If you're moving back along the track you've already created, I believe one sphere level acts as it allows you to move 3 or 4 of the previously travelled routes. I could be wrong, I'll look a bit silly if I am, but that's how it is in the back of my mind. So we'll find out one way or the other shortly.
Let us guardians handle.
If what I'm saying about the game is wrong, please feel free to stick in chat and correct me. If the information is there, I get 2 options. I can choose to read it and learn from it, or I can just carry on in bliss like I already am doing.
You miss me?
Oh, these stone steps have a history, you know. Yep, Lord O'Holland trained here at his peak.
A race, huh? Think you can beat me?
Yuna, if you would.
Ready?
Hey,
Ah, huh? Hey!
Not particularly quick on the uptake. You're going the wrong way, guys.
everyone, quick! See the spawn!
I have a feeling this is again another case of if you defeat the tentacles, they come back. But on the off chance they're not, I'm off to take them out. Because then if they don't come back, it's 3 against 1 rather than 3 on 3. Which I know which performance I prefer. Okay, so it's not weak to anything. Nice does have. Let's see others, so let's go to weapon. Switch it to. I've got a new name. It looks exactly the same as it did beforehand. But I did, however, lose now Scout. What I'm off to do is switch back out to Kamari rather than. Yeah, leave Lulu there. Switch Walker out to Kamari. So I seem to have it. Yes, there you go. I was about to say, I'm fairly certain he has the sensory ability on his weapon. I did it again. I was hoping that he was off to pick something up off the boss. Beautiful. A solid hit. He's got a lot of hit points at home, so let's just carry on hitting it. With that getting so low, what we'll do is switch up to Yuna. Yuna can then heal Kamari. Might be better to use Asuna. So back to Kamari. Will he can't have any hit points left now. 54, 58. I know I'm fully rotating my team around each fight now. There will come a time later on that I know I'll stop rotating because there's player favourites and it's just sometimes easier not to get depending on what you're against. But for the time being, I'll have to rotate as much as I can.
Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Nah. So, what are these sin spawn anyway?
Fiends, they fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
There is some mobility space, so we can now go back to Tidus and get. I want to say haste. It wasn't haste, was it? It was extract speed. I have had a build on this before where, because of how I mangled my, I think it was the expert's favourite. I had Tidus on the route through learning magic, and I think it was Yuna learning getting really high strength physical attacks. So with the expert grid, you do need to be careful. So, one of the reasons why I came in with the standard this time around, because I want to try and focus a bit more on the stream. I don't want to be someone who sits and not says anything.